If you're not using these Starfield ship hacks, you are missing out on a ton of money. In this video, I'll show you a few ways you can get loads more money stealing and selling ships in the game. And while some of them are legit tips you can use without feeling too bad, others are classed more as exploits. But these work on both Xbox and PC. And the first tip is simply to register your ship in the menu. Registering your ship in the menu instead of registering it through a ship vendor can save you around 10,000 credits. For example, registering this ship through the vendor costs 59,409 credits. If instead we choose to register through our pause menu, it costs just 47,542 credits. That's over 10,000 credits cheaper just by doing things a slightly different way. Be advised though that this is with your commerce skill maxed out at level 4. This adds 20% to your selling value. If you haven't leveled up your commerce skill to level 4, the amount it costs to register your ship will be 20% more, but it will always be cheaper to register your ship through the menu, regardless of your commerce skill. Never register your ship through the vendor unless you want to throw a little credits the vendor's way because of the good job they're doing. They do work hard. I've literally never seen one sitting down. But let's say we want to be a little more cheesy with our money making methods. There's a way we can earn way more money than this, and that's by not registering the ship at all. Now be warned, this is considered an exploit, but if you don't really care about breaking the rules, this will get you a good 80k when selling a ship, sometimes even more. It's an exploit that's been around for a while, and all you do is first go to a ship vendor. Now select let me see what ships you have for sale. Now bring up your home ship, and all you do here is press L, B and A at the same time. Make sure it's the exact same time. It does take a bit of timing here, but when you get the timing right, it will give you a prompt to sell the ship to the left of your home ship, even if you haven't registered it. The ship to the left will always be the ship you've most recently stolen. As we can see here, this lets us sell our recently stolen Class B ship for 70,641 credits, and we haven't even registered it. That is pure profit. And that number goes up obviously with Class C ships, which you can sell for around 100k. Again, for this to work, you want your home ship in the menu to be on the right of the ship you want to sell, because when we press L, B and A, it switches to the ship next to it, which is on the left. And this is the one we're selling. Another thing you can do that will save you about 30 to 60k is to straight up not buy expensive ship parts. And by this I mean things like the reactor or the grav drive. Instead, scavenge these parts from other ships. In other words, let's say you want to buy a Class C ship. Instead of buying the whole ship from the vendor, steal a Class C ship, take it back to the vendor, and delete all the parts except for the Class C reactor. This enables you to have a Class C ship without buying the reactor. An easy way to do this is to select the reactor, move it away from the ship, then highlight the whole ship at once using LB and delete. This leaves the reactor untouched. It not only means you saved money buying a Class C reactor, which costs between 40 and 60k, but the ship vendor actually pays you for every single part you delete. Way better than buying a more expensive Class C ship from a vendor, and it also means you've got more money to put towards creating your own dream ship. But where do we find the best ships to steal? Hands down, in my opinion, the best place to find Class C ships is the Serpentis system. This is a level 55 system that is bursting with enemies. I found this Class C ship valued at 278,000 credits within 10 seconds of warping into the system. The reason the Serpentis system is so good is because it's filled with Varun enemies. This is their home turf, so you have almost a 90% chance of being intercepted by these ships as soon as you warp into the system. They are everywhere. You can go to the orbit of any planet and at least 2 ships will ambush you. Sometimes it's even more, and usually one of these is a Class C. You can tell it's Class C before you've even engaged with it by its level number. Anything above 50 is typically Class C. You've probably done this before, but just as a reminder, the way to board board them and steal the ship is by first taking out all other ships in the area. This is the only way you can dock with the remaining ships, so make sure the highest level ship is the one you leave for last. If there are other ships around, you won't be able to dock. Now just target the highest level ship, take out the engines and board. From here, eliminate all the enemies in the ship, sit in the captain's chair, make it your home ship and register. You now have a shiny Class C ship. From here, you can sell it and make a ton of money, of course, but selling it isn't the only way you can make money out of a ship. You can actually earn as much, if not more, out of all the loot you get while boarding the ship. And this is especially true with ships in the Serpentis system. That's because these ships are Varun, as mentioned, and they're piloted by Varun enemies, who seem to have more valuable loot. Not only can we go around and loot each individual enemy, but there are also sometimes yellow chests on board containing weapons and armor. So for example, going through this ship, we have this guy who drops a rare Equinox rifle for 10k. This one has a rare Earth pistol for 14k. The captain's locker over here has 5k, and the cargo hold has 2k. That is a total of 31k before we've even stolen the ship. Stealing and selling ships can be a little overrated, when really it's the loot that matters just as much. Like, a lot of people just want to take over the ship and sell it, and that's the primary way they make money. But when you actually factor in the ship registration costs, you don't actually get that much money for it. So make sure to loot everything you can and search the whole ship top to bottom to really max out your credits. And what you can do here to save time is transfer all the items to your ship without actually being in your ship. To do that, just open up the menu, go into the ship menu, open the ship cargo, and swap all the items you've just looted into the cargo hold of your ship. You can do that 100% remotely. You don't have to board your ship and put it in the cargo hold manually each time. Just do it right from the menu. Of course, you will want to make sure you've got enough cargo space for all your loot. Now, the best cargo hold in the game is the Galleon S204 cargo hold, which holds 1480, and you can completely fill this up with several ships worth of loot. Now for this, you will need rank 3 starship design in order to have the Galleon S204, which you can purchase at the starport at New Atlantis. But if you don't have rank 3 starship design and you're only on level 1 of starship design, the best one you can get at this stage is the Polo 2020 cargo hold. This holds 760, and you can buy this in Aquila City. So before you sell your ship you've just stolen, make sure to put all your loot in the cargo hold of your old ship and sell it off individually. But where do you go? There's so many options to go to. You go to the Den, you can go to New Atlantis, but I say don't go to any of these places. They all pale in comparison to this place, and this is Neon. Always go to Neon, and that's because one good reason: Neon has the tightest concentration of vendors in the entire game. If you do one run of all of these vendors and go on a Neon circuit, you can make over 50k. Then just sleep for 24 hours and reset all of their credits and go again. And again, if you've got max rank commerce here, you can add plus 20% on top of anything you're selling. So if you sell for 1,000 normally, with max commerce, you can sell the same item for 1,200. Here's specifically how much each vendor has. So for example, the Sig Hearts Outfitters vendor has 6,000 credits, the Emporium has 4,000, Core Kinetics has 13,000, Trade Authority has 11,000, Neon Tactical has 13,000, New World's Goods has 5,000, and that brings the total to 52,000 credits, all on one street in Neon. So Neon is definitely the best place to go when you're selling off all of your loot. And one final tip, here's how you can level up your electromagnetic ship weapons in a really easy way, and that's by firing on the ship you've just disabled. So target a ship, take out its guns and engines, and it will be a sitting duck for you to shoot with your EM weapons. The way EM weapons work is that they don't actually do that much physical damage, so you can shoot the ship a ton of times without destroying it. Use this to your advantage and shoot it a bunch of times to level up your skills. Each shot on target counts towards your progress on your electromagnetic skill. So those were a few ways to help you make more money in the ship selling portion of Starfield. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button if the video helped you out, and for more Starfield videos to the channel.